To relax, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville, the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Let's do this thing on a Monday afternoon. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, at the controls. Fielding your phone calls, pushing buttons, turning dials, things of that nature. Wait, what the hell? This is New Orleans. Someone told me I was hosting Good Afternoon Des Moines. Well, I have a show lined up for Good Afternoon Des Moines. I got Freddie Smith joining us at 20 after. He's going to tell us about the wheat harvest. And then coming up at 10 minutes till, the Des Moines, Iowa Chamber of Commerce president, Jimmy McGill's going to join us. Mario, go to a commercial break. Play something. I thought this was Good Afternoon Des Moines. I'm not ready. This isn't Good Afternoon Des Moines, Mario?
No, sir.
Wow.
Not Caitlin Clark in the intro. It's Drew Brees.
That was nice. Nice.
Or whoever the favorite son of Indiana sports is.
Yeah, exactly.
Son/daughter.
Yep. Well, I said Iowa, Des Moines. But yeah, she played for the Buckeyes or whatever, played for Iowa. But where is she from, Iowa?
I think she is actually, yeah. She is a local product of Iowa.
I don't know any. Jeez, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost worth Googling. I just go back to, that's like Hayden Fry, and, I'm trying to think who played under him. No clue.
She's actually from West Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah.
Wow. So we're going to do Caitlin Clark for 2 hours. A lot of Caitlin Clark talk for 2 hours. Wow. 4 to 6 o'clock. I just don't know what to do. I had a Des Moines, Iowa show lined up. It is a pleasant day. Temperatures in the 70s. Get outside, enjoy it. I think this is the last hurrah. 77 degrees right now. I don't think I'll be saying that again unless it's like raining, unless we've got like thunder showers going down in the summer, because summer's essentially here. Later in the week, we get around 90 degrees plus. And it looks indefinite. It's sort of sickening, man. You go to weather.com, it's 90, 93, 92, 90, 91, 93. I mean, just for the next 10 days, starting in about 2 days. 65 degrees tomorrow morning when we wake up on the South Shore. You North Shore folks, it might be like low 60s. Get outside, enjoy it. It's going to heat up fast. Be in the mid 80s tomorrow afternoon. So I'm sure by 9 a.m. it'll be 82 degrees, But 65 early in the a.m. I think that truly is the last hurrah. Today, very pleasant. This morning was nice. Yesterday was nice. Yesterday morning was nice. Summer is arriving. Get ready. Heat and humidity. Lots of H2O, agua, water. Stay hydrated. Hey, the phone number, if you'd like to participate in today's program, 766-9480. 766-9480. Our Humane May fundraiser going on all month long. We're going to be in mid-May in a couple of days. We're essentially in the middle of May right now, meaning we're a few weeks in and there's just a few weeks left. And we're nowhere near like $4,500, like where we're supposed to be right now. We're like around $1,300. We're way, way, way behind pacing. We've had days where not a single dime came in. Please go to the website, humanela.org. If you care at all about animals, cats and dogs, kittens and puppies, you have your own. I'm sure you're a good parent to those animals. Give some money to some needy animals. It's a great way. You, me, a bunch of other folks, we save cats and dogs and kittens and puppies. The easy way with just money, letting someone else do the heavy lifting. Jeff Dorson and the crew at the Humane Society of Louisiana. That's why I have my Humane May fundraiser. Got to do something. Got to do something for these folks that bust their tail for us. HumaneLA.org is the website to donate. HumaneLA.org. Please go to the website right now and donate, and donate generously if you can. HumaneLA.org. Al Scramuzza passing away at 97 years old. Mario Brothers, don't shake your head at me.
No, I'm agreeing, like RIP, Crawfish King.
How do you know that?
Because it's all over social media and stuff, man.
Got you. Did you know it before today?
Honestly, no.
I was going to say, because you were shaking your head, like, yeah, Al Scramuzza. I'm like, oh, don't shake your head at me, boy. 30 years old. Yeah, you're a boy. Plus, you're a little thicker chested than me. Probably one clock me in the jaw, and I'd wake up 20 minutes later. Mario, and you're like 20 minutes across town already on your way home. So you you did not know who Al Scramuzza was until today?
Yes. That's
wow.
Right. Yes.
Wow. Al Scramuzza passing away at 97 years old. I mean, it's just too easy especially with social media. Like, do you know the name of the place he owned now all of a sudden?
No.
Okay.
Not going to cheat. I could.
That just seems too easy. He had a place called Seafood City. He had a great jingle, a great song. If someone wants to, if they know it and they want to come on the air and sing it or just read the lyrics, it's quick. It's like 5 lines. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you could say less than that even. 3 lines, 3 to 5, however you want to break it down. Anyway, if you know the Seafood City jingle or song, I've got $50 for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spas, the premier day spa experience where she wants to go, guys. Latinx, a.k.a. Mario Bros, period. Fielding your phone calls at 766-9480. 766-9480. The Seafood City jingle or song. If you know it, I've got $50 for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Speaking of jingles and songs and the like, got a few other $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Al Scramuzza passing away at 97. The commercials were great. Not only the jingle, but like our employees come to work in tuxedos, and they got people like with like a squeegee, like pushing crawfish on a conveyor belt, and they're in a tuxedo, literally in a tuxedo at the Al Scramuzza Seafood City facility. Gov Landry doing it again. First, he got Michael Hecht to get that Super Bowl prep going. Now he's getting Michael Hecht to help the Port of New Orleans get this international terminal going down in St. Bernard, where life is hard, hard, hard. 766-9480 is the phone number. Actually, you have to jam it way on the, look at up top. You got to put it way on the other side. Way on the right. Yep. Anyway. Or you can just shout it out, Mario.
This is the GOAT.
The GOAT joining us?
Yes, the GOAT from New Orleans currently with
It's
us.
the GOAT who eats.
What up, Corey?
He eats tea bags and cans and garbage and rubbish sometimes. He is the GOAT. He can pretty much eat anything. His stomach can handle it.
Coming to you down Henry Clay, the GOAT.
Be careful. You need to be a mountain goat to go down Henry Clay. That street is ridiculously bumpy and beats the crap out of one's vehicle.
It's the woolly goat, But I know your answer here. You ready?
I do. I'm ready. I'm ready to hear your answer.
All right. Seafood City is very pretty. Seafood City is very pretty. 1826 North Broad. Al Scramuzza, 1826 North Broad.
Well, everything was pretty close except he said not broad instead of north.
North Broad.
At
North
Seafood
Broad.
City, 1826, not
North
broad.
Broad.
I'm going to give you the green light on that. You're kind of correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
But
What do we have for her, Johnny?
you kind of missed a whole line and verse, basically, like a line or two. But you're pretty close. I liked it, Wooly Goat. I'm going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate.
I'll take it, Johnny. I'll take it.
Take it, Johnny. Hold on, Goat. That's the
All
GOAT.
right, the GOAT.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Not an FM disc jockey, not a former politician, Corey Johnson.
You're not the DJ. You're a raconteur. You're a storyteller. You're a griot.
It's true. It's not. Hey, the GOAT was pretty close with his rendition of the Seafood City song. I think anyone that knew Seafood City would be like, that's pretty close. He had the general, the gist of it down. But he kind of just repeated the first line twice. There's a whole other, second line there. And then the final part. If you know the Seafood City jingle or song, I've got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. Al Scramuzza passing away at 97 years old. He, of course, was the owner and operator of Seafood City. Seafood City, their jingle or song, if you know it, call up. You don't even have to sing it. You can just, just read it out if you want, line by line. You got the answer? I got $50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Hey, there are a couple of addresses that were in jingles, very similar. 1825, 1826. These famous addresses because of old school jingles. If you have the answer, I've got $50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Hey, Mario Brothers, you're 30. Considering you had no idea who Al Scramuz is, this show for like the 35, 40 and under crowd's just like, here goes Corey, Seafood City, as we call Seafood Town. Freddie McGill passed away at 97. They have no clue, could care less. I'm putting the under 35 to 40. Mario Brothers is like, nope. He's just like, he's in full agreement. Like, dude, you're putting him to sleep.
It depends, I guess.
On what?
I don't know.
What should I be talking about right now that would perk up a 30-year-old Mario brother?
I don't know. We were just doing basketball during the break, but that's
specific to sports.
And that was pretty depressing, even if you like the Pelicans. So
that was just you and I rapping. But what would lure in your average 30-year-old?
On talk radio?
Yep.
Man, I don't know. Nightlife? Anything going on there?
I mean, even Britney Spears dancing, it's like they don't care about that.
Yeah, no.
She's old to them.
They haven't for about 30 years. Yeah.
She's old to them.
Uh-huh.
How do I lure in the 30-year-old audience? Let's see. I'm going to go to damn AI Google and see what those morons have to say. Let's see.
Okay. AI route. I like it. That's modern.
Hot topics for a 30-year-old radio audience or demographic.
I thought you were about to start talking about Hot Topic, the store.
No. The 30-year-old radio audience, hot topics often revolve around lifestyle, current events, and personal interests.
Yep.
These can include food and drinks, travel, entertainment, hobby, music. That's everybody. Yep. Sports, news, politics can be engaging. Oh, man, come on. I wanted something, SquarePants, SpongeBob, something. Is that old for you?
Oh, that was like my childhood.
I'm nailing it.
I grew up with SpongeBob.
So for a 30-year-old, they'd like that SquarePants, SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was pathetic.
And a lot of old clips from the show are now memes. So like younger kids that have never seen the show.
I thought they'd look like a piece of toast. I didn't get it. Mario's giving me this bad look like, come on, dude, he's a SpongeBob, not a piece of toast.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, get it right. 766-9480. Seafood City jingle or song. If you know it, I've got $50 for you at the Woodhouse. And there are a couple of addresses from old jingles. 1826 was in one. 1825 was in one. If you know the jingle or the business that I guess was located at that address, part of their jingle, I'll tighten you up with 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse. 766-9480. 766-9480.
Looks like we got Kevin from East Texas on the line trying to answer the trivia question.
Kevin, where are you calling from in East Texas?
A place called Spurger, Texas.
Spurger?
Yeah, it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, what's the nearest city?
Jasper.
I said
You ever heard
city.
of Jasper?
Yeah, I said city.
Well, city. Let's see.
San Antonio or Austin or something?
Houston, I guess. Yeah.
Houston.
Biggest city, yeah, Houston.
How far is Houston from where you are?
About 2 hours.
Gotcha.
I work on the oil rigs out here in East Texas, and that's where I'm at on the oil rig colony. But I still listen to New Orleans,
Nice,
and,
man. I like hearing that,
show,
Kevin.
man. Let me tell you something. I met you a long time ago. I was the first person that voted for you. I voted absentee.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, remember when you ran and you had a little party in the first quarter?
Yeah, it was like 07, long time ago.
Yeah.
City council at large.
Calm down, puppy.
Came in 6th place out of 13 folks.
You had my vote, man.
You're the man, Kevin. What kind of dog you got over there?
She's called the Borbal. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a South African Mastiff.
Nice, man. It's a big girl or boy, huh?
Big girl.
How many pounds?
Yes, sir.
How many pounds?
About 150.
The dog weighs 150 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Wow. And it's female.
She's female, yeah. She's a rescue, as a matter of fact.
Jeez and Pete. How big will a male get?
I think close to 200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would she want some attention, huh?
Yeah. She's in the back of the truck. I'm going to another rig.
Gotcha.
Turbo domain is in the back of the truck.
Gotcha, Kevin.
But isn't that a shame that out, kicked the bucket today, man? That's a shame.
Yep, 97 years old, Seafood City.
Yep. Well, I heard that he's got his offspring has something going on in Kenner. I believe they have a restaurant or something.
Oh, wow.
Scamuzza Seafood, I think, moved to Kenner.
Wow, I'll have to check that out. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. You learn something new every day, don't you?
Yeah, you definitely learn something new every day, Kevin. Yep.
Yes, sir. Can I sing the little jingle?
I'd love it.
Seafood City is a very pretty on the corner of Broad and St. Bernard. Seafood City, very pretty 1826 North Broad.
That's Seafood City, 1826, not Broad.
Not Broad, yeah. Man, I can see him dancing, you know what I mean?
Very similar to our previous caller. I'm going to tighten you up, Kevin, because it's so close, but a little incorrect.
All right, well.
No, I'm going to still tighten you up. I'm going to tighten you up. I love the effort.
That's 50 years ago, man. I'm trying to remember that stuff, you know?
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Jingles sometimes stick in your brain forever.
Yes, sir. I heard your Rosenberg deal, too, you know? I was like, yeah, you remember Rosenberg? Yeah.
Wow. Kevin, hang on, all right?
Yes, sir.
Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Hang on.
Cats are everywhere now, man, aren't we? We're every freaking where.
Yeah.
I'm out in the middle of nowhere. You wouldn't believe where what I'm looking at. So, the scenery is very different from Orleans Parish.
I bet. No, I drove through Texas on I-10 through like Sonora and Ozona, and
yeah,
that's an entire. Texas has enough room to double in size. They could be 40, 50 million people in Texas. Easy.
It really
easy.
Does. But I still,
Easy.
You can take the boy out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the boy, you know?
No, you're right about that. I can dig it. Hang on, all right, Kevin?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep, don't go anywhere. That's Kevin in East Texas. Going to tighten him up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. You can just shout out. You have to go on the air, Mario. Just where are we heading?
This is. I could not hear where she's from, unfortunately, but this is Lillian calling in for the jingle.
Nice. Lily, what's happening out there?
Hi, how are you, Corey?
Doing good, Lily. How you doing?
I just know the jingle for the Tulane. It's just a jingle.
What's the jingle?
1825 Tulane, Rosenberg.
Nice. Well, how's the jingle go?
That's all I knew. I grew up on.
Then
That's the only thing I remember.
The little girl with the little round eyes, the little cartoon. Rosenbergs, 1825 Tulane.
See, I know the last part.
That's all we needed. Excellent work.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Lily, can you hang on a second?
Yes, my love.
Yeah, you're right. I love it. That's Lily picking up 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse. She's on her way to massage, pedicure, manicure, whatever she wants at the Woodhouse. Good job, Lily. Good job, Kevin in East Texas. 766-9480. Seafood City jingle's still out there because a key line is missing. Yeah, 1825 Tulane, Rosenbergs. 1826, just one number up. Where does that address apply as far as an old school New Orleans jingle? 766-9480. If you know the answer, I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Every day, this program on radio, on television, on YouTube. Brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford. If you need a commercial truck, van, or SUV, Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. Yeah, every day. This program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford.
The Woodhouse Day Spa with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here delivering Louisiana's future. At the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. Get Audubon Gutters.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
You're listening to The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. What's wrong with you?
I immediately regret this decision.
Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
My Australian Shepherd, Tolly, who's like almost 13, when he was like 5 or 6, he was like 74 pounds. And my vet, Dr. Zeller, just such a great guy. He was like, what are you doing, dude? Your dog's just way too heavy. You know, he's too heavy at 74 pounds. I'm like, well, how do you have him lose weight? He's like, looks at me like I'm stupid or something. He's just like, less kibble, you know, in the morning and in the evening. So I got him down to like 58 pounds from 74 pounds. 58 pounds is a pretty big dog, you know, but 150 pounds, that is a beast. I can't believe Kevin in East Texas. We lost Kevin for a minute. He called back. You got his info?
He called right back.
Good. He's got a 150-pound dog. Female.
That's crazy.
That's just crazy. The amount of food that dog must eat.
Yeah. Nah.
You know, it's got to be like 2-3 cups in the morning minimum, 2-3 cups in the evening, like 5-6 cups of food a day, I'm guessing.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable. And I thought Tolly was a big boy. 150 pounds. That's a big girl. 766-9480. You heard the dog. He's like, oh, sweetie. 766-9480. The Seafood City jingle has been, it's pretty damn close, you know, but there's a major line that's missing. There's a major line that folks have missed. Seafood City, very pretty. Down on Broad and St. Bernard. And then there's the next line. Folks just kept repeating the beginning again and then ended it the right way. But there's another line. Seafood City is very pretty. Down on Broad and St. Bernard. Blah, 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 blah. 1826, not Broad. That's Seafood City, 18. I just went into a Buddy D, not an Al Scramuzza. Wow. That was my Buddy D slipping out. 766-9480. Hey, speaking of dogs, our Humane May fundraiser going on right now. Please donate, humanela.org. Go to the website and donate right now. Let's save some cats and dogs and kittens and puppies, even horses. humanela.org. humanela.org. Hey, Mario, you see where I've got like this thing up here behind you?
Yes.
You got to put the name all the way to the right.
To the other side. I think I was moving it all the way to the left.
Yeah. No, don't move it. Just leave the door where it is, but just put it way over there, and then I can read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm moving it. Can you read it now?
Nope.
Now it's on the other screen. You still can't read it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Anyway. Where are we heading?
This is Keith from NOLA who wants to try his luck at the jingle.
Keith, what's happening, bro?
Oh, it's where you at? Where you at?
In between the A and the T. I don't even understand what that meant. Where you at? In between the A and the T. I don't know. That joke went over my head.
Where you at means it means where you at, but it just says where you at.
No, but people replying between the A and the T. I never understood why that was funny.
I knew that vibe, but I know that jingle.
You do? Let's hear it.
Yeah, I just wanted to see how long it's going to take for somebody to get it.
Yep. Yes. Hasn't it been close, but no cigar so far?
Well, everybody left out one part.
Yep. Let's hear the jingle, Keith.
Okay. Seafood City, very pretty. Corner Broad and St. Bernard. Stay without Scramuzza and you never be a loser. 1826 North Broad.
That's pretty close. I think it's Seafood City is very pretty. I think it's down on Broad and St. Bernard, I think. And then I think it's stick. And then it's stick with Al Scramuzza, but it could be stay. I might be wrong. Anyway, that's as damn close as we're going to get to right or wrong between both of us, Keith. So you are correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Tighten the man up. Anything else, Keith?
No, I just love listening to your show every evening.
Yeah, you're right, man. I appreciate that, Keith. Thanks a lot. Spread the word about it. Hang on, Keith. Don't go anywhere. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, is going to get some info from you and tighten you up. That's pretty damn close. Seafood City is very pretty. Down on Broad and St. Bernard. Stick with Al Scramuzza and you'll never be a loser. 1826 North Broad, where our employees come to work wearing tuxedos. Keep fading into the Buddy D. It's terrible. Al Scramuzza and Buddy D did not speak at all alike. Oh, boy. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Hey, Lebanon's Cafe open Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. And they open up at 11 a.m. every morning, and they roll straight through till 9:30 at night. They're open right now. Yesterday, Mother's Day, my mom wanted to go to Lebanon's, and that's exactly where we went. She got the lamb chops. My brother got a shish kebab combo, some chicken chunks and beef. I got the chicken shawarma, a wonderful Mother's Day lunch with my mommy at Lebanon's Cafe. 11 a.m. to 9:30 every day, outdoor dining. This might be the last hurrah right now. It's like 70-something degrees, 76 degrees. Tomorrow morning when we wake up, it's going to be like 65. So tonight, maybe one of the last times you're going to be able to eat outside comfortably until like October. Lebanon's Cafe open till 9:30 every night of the week. I love that. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Yeah, Governor Jeff Landry, he called on Michael Hecht to help New Orleans get its you-know-what together. Super Bowl's coming up. The city would have waited till 3 weeks out and never got anything accomplished. Instead, a big punch list of nearly 500 items getting knocked out because the city was focused on getting it done. Jeff Landry once again tapping Michael Hecht for another gig to get this international terminal done down in St. Bernard Parish. It is of vital importance to the metro area. And I don't know, this just blows me away. Am I for the project? Yeah, because I'm for New Orleans. But knowing a little history of St. Bernard, I mean, Kaiser Aluminum left like 50 years ago with their thousands of jobs. This is like a chance for something like that. And it's clean. It's not one of the refineries expanding. It's great, 75 more jobs, but yeah, more pollution in the air, water, and land in St. Bernard. I was there post-Katrina. I remember coming out every day out of Jackson Barracks, out of Chalmette, St. Bernard Parish, literally like a foot of this purplish black muck just stuck to the side of my vehicle, like 8 inches out, a foot out. My car felt heavy driving it because literally probably hundreds of pounds of this petroleum, water, dirt mix, just a mess. They're literally, the fire department's hosing off every vehicle leaving St. Bernard so they wouldn't drag that toxic soil into Orleans Parish post-Katrina. So, no, a lot of that, you can't remediate the soil everywhere. So you want more of that? I'm sure a lot of St. Bernard folks would be going crazy over one of the refineries wanting to expand and more jobs being created. This is like a 2-for-1, a 3-for-1. It's green. It's not dirty. It's clean. It's moving containers from ships to, 18-wheelers to trains. A major north-south evacuation route, an elevated 4-lane expressway, like 5 miles long, linking Violet to the I-510. So even during the middle of a storm hitting, storm surge starts coming up. Wow, looks like the parish could go underwater. You could get on this bridge and get to I-10. So it's an elevated expressway to I-510. And then if you play your cards right, St. Bernard, you're like, all right, we'll approve phase 1, get that road from Violet to I-510 built. You want to do phase 2? We need that Florida Avenue Expressway built along the 40 Arpit Canal from I-510 to basically Elysian Fields, where that Lowe's is, Florida Boulevard and Elysian Fields, in between the I-10 and the I-510. Excuse me. Yeah, I-10 and 610. Right there in Elysian Fields by the Lowe's. There would be if you've ever been to Atlanta, in North Atlanta, there's a thing called Spaghetti Junction. You can Google it and look from above. It's just where like 4 major interstates and all kind of state highways all converge into one spot. Like if you're not a local or, following the signage, you can easily make a wrong turn. It's called Spaghetti Junction because up above all the bridges and crisscrossing looks like a pile of spaghetti. That's what it should look like around Elysian Fields by that Lowe's. You'd have the I-10, the I-610, and you'd have this Florida Avenue Expressway, and they'd all be connected together. A little Spaghetti Junction. No, St. Bernard Parish should be down on their knees, thanking Lord Jesus. Wow. The Port of New Orleans, they could go anywhere. They've decided to buy land in Violet and build a container terminal, not a refinery. It's not going to be spewing smoke and cancer toxic crap in the air and in the water. Hundreds of jobs, if not thousands of jobs, indirect jobs, access to the interstate. When a hurricane's hit.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Hey, Marigny, Bywater, Treme, French Quarter, CBD, Warehouse District, Garden District, Irish Channel. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Yeah, you're right. Welcome back on a pleasant Monday afternoon. This is like the last hurrah, I'm telling you. I may have to drop coals tonight and do a little grilling just to get outside before it's too hot. You know, I'll grill during the summer, but literally it's like run outside, throw it on, go back inside. come outside, flip it, go back inside. Like there's no spending outside time because you'll sweat just going in and out the door in the summer. I mean, sometimes in the summer, it's amazing. I'll let my dog out at 11 at night, 2 in the morning, and it's like 85 degrees. I'm like, really? At 2 a.m.? And just hot and humid and sticky and oppressive. It's coming, but right now it's not. Temperatures in the 70s. Tomorrow morning when we wake up, it'll be around 65, and then that's it. I don't know if we'll see the 60s again till like October. I'm not kidding. The horizon, what we're looking forward to the next like week to 10 days, lots of 90s. Lots of 90s. Summer's arriving this week. Our Humane May fundraiser going on all month long. Please go to the website. Let's save some animals. HumaneLA.org is where you donate. Gov Landry getting Michael Hecht to help convince folks in St. Bernard that it's good for them. Try to get a smooth transition or acceptance of this international terminal for St. Bernard Parish and Violet. Now, this is kind of typical New Orleans mentality, typical Louisiana mentality. I mean, personally, I think the St. Bernard folks should be doing backwards flips. We're getting like a $2+ billion facility. There's going to be hundreds, if not 1,000+ construction jobs going on. And then it's going to employ a few hundred folks, and it's going to be continuously expanding. Like they'll open in 2028 maybe, and then in 2035 they'll expand, and in 2040 they'll expand again. And then the kicker, the residents of St. Bernard get some much needed infrastructure. From Violet to I-510, a causeway essentially, an elevated 4-lane expressway that the trucks going to and from the facility will pay for. They'll be paying a toll. No car, vehicles, no St. Bernard residents will be paying a toll. They'll just get to use that causeway type 4-lane elevated expressway from Violet, from the river to I-510. I'm St. Bernard. I am welcoming the port. And I'm saying, guys, I see your concrete plans for the port. The road has to be built at the same time. Don't want this airport thing where the airport in Kenner opens and then the access road opens 5 years later. You're cutting the ribbon on the terminal. Ideally, guys, you cut the ribbon on the roadway the day before you cut the ribbon on the terminal. That's how I would be pushing it if I'm St. Bernard residents. I'd be leveraging a little bit. And I'd be like, and that's exclusively for phase 1. Phase 2, we want to talk about this Florida Avenue Expressway that's been discussed for 60 years, following Florida Avenue and then the 40 Arpit Canal. Basically a east-west Earhart Expressway for New Orleans East and St. Bernard people, starting at the Lowe's on Elysian Fields in between I-10 and I-610 and going due east, straight out east to I-510. No, I'm St. Bernard. I want this port facility. I'm loving this port facility, and I'm parlaying it into infrastructure so I can get in and out of the parish much easier than I can right now. I mean, what are the ways out? You've got St. Bernard Highway to St. Claude. You've got Perez, West Judge Perez to Claiborne's. You've got Paris Road to I-510. Is there any other way out? Seriously. By vehicle, not by boat or plane, helicopter. It's crazy. 766-9480. I'd be thanking God. I'd be like, my God, we've been hemorrhaging since Kaiser left, aluminum plant 50 years ago. Going to get something better, doesn't pollute. Something brand new, and infrastructure around it that we all get to use for free. No brainer. No, Michael Hecht's the right person. Sit with the St. Bernard folks that are the naysayers and try to convince them. And then I guarantee you, however many big shots or politicos in St. Bernard that are against it, there are an equal number of big shots and politicos that are fully for it. Got to find out who they are and get them speaking. 5 o'clock powwow coming your way in a moment. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Young's Dry Cleaning's been around since 1940. You got to be doing something right. 85 years of excellence. Truly a New Orleans institution. Want to experience the best dry cleaner? It's easy. youngsdrycleaning.com. youngsdrycleaning.com. I've probably been using Young's for 30 years. My mom, like 50 plus. Crazy. The NBA draft lotto tonight. Derek Carr retiring from the NFL. The NFL schedule, the Saints schedule, I think coming out Wednesday, right, Mario Brothers?
Yep, that's right.
Brett Martell, another Martell Monday. He'll join us in about 40 minutes, the bottom half of the 5 o'clock powwow, and fill us in. But now, Blue Boy. Yes, the highlight of the program. What's up, buddy? Donations are a little behind. You're employing dog, cat, animal lovers to go to humanela.org and donate. I hear you, buddy. What else? Kib. What's kib? Kibble. You're ready for some kibble. But you also know I've got to do the 5 o'clock powwow. Blue Boy, you're so smart.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance. Total maintenance. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance. Total maintenance. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all of the time.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. Get Audubon Gutters.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right.
Helm Paint.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. 5 o'clock power hour on a Monday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us, New Orleans and beyond. If you ever want to know where we are, there's half the answer. We're in New Orleans. But if you go to CoreyTalks.com, it's got everything you need to know. Where we are on radio, 4 different stations. Where we are on television, 2 different channels. Where we are on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Lots of ways to check out the program. 5 o'clock power hour this afternoon, brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant in Elmwood. 1,400 plus employees there. They got a couple more at their I-12 facility on the North Shore, and they're hiring. And the website doesn't have like 2 or 3 job openings. It's got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of job openings. Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M. Latrim.com. They got a job, a career waiting for you. A job, a career waiting for you at Latrim.com. Go to the website right now. Boy, a pleasant day. Temperatures in the 70s. This truly might be the last hurrah. Like right now, tonight, tomorrow morning we wake up, it'll be 65. And then as far as I can see, foreseeable future, which gets us into late May, and there's no turning back at that point. I see lots of, waking up in the morning like 75, 76, 77, and getting into the mid-90s, low to mid-90s, like indefinitely starting like Wednesday. So I truly think the 76 degrees right now, the waking up to 65 tomorrow morning, enjoy it. Drop coals tonight. Boil some crawfish outside, because I think summer cranks up this week, and we won't see
what we're seeing right now till October. Summer is arriving. Our Humane May fundraiser going on as we speak. HumaneLA.org. Please go to the Humane Society of Louisiana's website. Let's save some cats and dogs, some kittens and puppies. If you're an animal lover, you have pets, donate $5, $10, $20. Let's help some other pets that are in need. Some animals, not even pets, in need. HumaneLA.org is the website. We're way behind. We're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May. We've got like $1,400 raised right now. We're almost in the middle of the month. We should be at like 4,500. We're like 3 times, back from where we should be. We're at like 30% of pacing, like 30%. HumaneLA.org. Al Scramuzza, passing away at 97 years old. If you call the program 766-9480 and can sing the Seafood City jingle or song, I'll tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. I'm looking for the Seafood City jingle or song from Al Scramuzza's old joint. 766-9480. Down on Broad in St. Bernard. That's where it was located. 766-9480. Al Scramuzza passing away at 97 years old. Seafood City song or jingle. Belt it out on the program, and I'll tighten you up with $50 to the Woodhouse. Jeff Landry does it again. He first got Michael Hecht to, get the city of New Orleans' you-know-what together for the Super Bowl. Put on our, best look. Put our best foot forward. About 500 plus punch list items that were knocked out. Now Jeff Landry is tapping Michael Hecht again, this time to help get this international terminal over the hump down in St. Bernard, the Port of New Orleans' modern futuristic container terminal that can handle all kinds of ships. No, he's getting Michael Hecht to get this thing going. Got to get it going. Can't have Plaquemine Parish, a competing interest, hiring lobbyists, having some politicians for the Plaquemine Parish site, not St. Bernard. It's crazy. There's no rail. There's no interstate hooking up. No plans to do it. This thing in St. Bernard and Violet is way too important, and it's way too long. Like, it's over $2 billion, and they've got like 1.2, 1.3 billion already lined up for it. They've got another $500 million, more than that. I think it's like 700-800 million. They're going to build a 5-mile expressway from Violet to I-510. And the truckers will pay a toll. Only the truckers going to and from the facility, they'll pay a toll that will pay off that causeway. St. Bernard residents will never pay a toll. No, they get a hurricane evacuation route. This is a godsend. A godsend. It's vitally important. No, I think Jeff Landry picking a side too. Let's study it. Plaquemine's Port, is that the best place? St. Bernard. It's clear who is much more advanced on this, who has their you-know-what together, who's got money together, the plan, everything. And then there's a shoot from the hip gimmick like a React. Where have they been the last few decades? Port's been talking about this for years. In Violet, at this site, this has been now being discussed for years. It's how we do it in New Orleans. It's like the River District neighborhood, down by the convention center, by the Crescent City Connection, by the, riverfront. The River District. When was that first discussed? About 4 or 5 years ago. There's not a piling in the ground yet. Not a single piling in the ground. It's like Six Flags. Nothing going on at Six Flags, but something that should have gone on 20 years ago. Demolition. That's the easy part. but no progress of anything being built. I mean, Six Flags, that Troy Henry was announced as the winner of that bid years ago. Like more than a year later, Buc-ee's announces they're going to build a Buc-ee's in Mississippi. They're about to open that Buc-ee's in Mississippi. They haven't even broken ground yet at Six Flags. I mean, they win the bid. More than a year later, Buc-ee's says, we're going to go to Mississippi. Now they're about to open the Buc-ee's in Mississippi, and they haven't even broken ground on anything at Six Flags. It's a joke. It's how we do things in New Orleans. Losing's easy. Losing is easy. Winning's hard. Taking a chance, a risk, putting yourself out there, that's hard. Balling up in the corner, that's easy. Losing is easy. Winning is hard. No, we like to lose. It's crazy. I don't get the St. Bernard Parish residents. They should be on their knees thanking God, wow, we're getting this port facility. Instead, like a bunch of folks complaining about it. Crazy, trying to hinder it, trying to stop it from coming. It's mind-blowing. It's St. Bernard Parish. Welcome this thing already. Crazy. No, losing's easy. Winning and competing, risk, putting yourself out there, that's hard. 766-9480 is the phone number. 766-9480. Boy, the enhanced lakefront police presence is working, especially on these Sundays where they're big events like Easter Sunday a month ago, now Mother's Day Sunday. No loud music, no trash, no speeding. And then you're driving with too dark of a tint or no license, but you're going to get pulled over. 8 checkpoints, police presence everywhere, levee board, NOPD, cops on horseback. No, the results are fantastic. Talk to the people out there. Much better environment, cleaner, nicer, not a bunch of loud music, not a bunch of people not caring. No, it's brilliant. It's never about demographic. I grew up by the lakefront by UNO. Have black folks, white folks leaving trash, black folks, white folks cleaning up after themselves. It's no demographic. But Sunday, the lakefront draws a lot of people. You need to have that enhanced police presence. I'm 100% for it. Everybody seems to be enjoying it. Now you have to worry about spillover. Like, is City Park filthy now? Because a bunch of folks flock there to do their nonsense and leave their garbage on the ground and that kind of crap. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Total Maintenance is with you. It's getting hot out there. If your AC's not working right, or worse, not working at all, in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. If you need AC help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, Total Maintenance. tm-ac.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Thoughtful conversation, common sense. Corey Johnson.
With all due respect, Mr. Dennis, I had no idea you'd gotten experimental surgery to have your removed.
Live streaming at CoreyTalks.com.
What was that? Well, I said with all due respect.
Oh, yeah, you just throw that disclaimer out there and you're safe. 766-9480 is the phone number. Al Scramuzza passing away at 97 years old. If you call into the program and can sing the Seafood City jingle or song from the commercial from the olden days, I'll tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. It's that simple. 766-9480 is how you participate in the program. 766-9480. Pleasant day out there. Enjoy it. 70s. We may not see 70s again until when there's a rainstorm or something during the day. Maybe not until October. Tomorrow morning, we wake up to 65. After that, all bets are off. Lots of 90s starting Wednesday. And waking up 75, 77 degrees, kind of warm and humid. It's nice. This morning was nice. Almost cool. A Brooklyn-based tech startup incubator is coming to the city. They're going to go to that naval support station, the former naval support station on Poland Avenue. We'll talk to Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. about that on Friday for his weekly visit. We'll also talk to him about Jeff Landry appointing him to yet another post, another task. Before it was that Super Bowl prep committee, where he got about 50 people from New Orleans, roughly 50. I was one of them. We came up with a punch list of 550 items, knocked out most of them. Now Jeff Landry wants Michael Hecht to get this international terminal in St. Bernard Parish over the hump. Two things that stand out. One, Jeff Landry's decided and it's the right decision, that the international terminal in St. Bernard is the right thing, not siding with this fly by this, or I should say Johnny come lately, this Plaquemines facility that was just announced a few months ago. David Vitter's like a paid lobbyist to be on it, pushing that. They have no rail hookup. They have no interstate hookup. It's farther down, a lot more. You have to, truck out of there, rail out of there. It's on the West Bank, not on the East Bank, not access to I-10 quickly. No, the way behind as far as financing, everything. We'll talk to Michael Hecht about that, trying to get that over the top. Brett Martell is going to join us, another Martell Monday, just a few minutes away. The NFL, the Saints 2025 schedule will be announced this Wednesday. They already said like 7 international games next year, 3 in London. They'll play like 2 at that Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That thing is an NFL-ready stadium. And then they'll play another one at Wembley, which you could play NFL at Wembley, but the Hotspur Tottenham Stadium was built and designed for soccer and NFL football. It's set up for it. If London were awarded an NFL team, they would not play at Wembley. They'd play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They got a game scheduled for Berlin. They got one for Madrid, Dublin, and Brazil. Love it. No, the NFL will have international teams. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. It is inevitable. It is coming. 766-9480. You could have Mexico City right now, and they'd kill it. Mexico City is the largest metropolitan area in the Western Hemisphere, larger than Metro New York. It's enormous. They could support 2 NFL teams in Mexico City, literally 2 NFL teams in Mexico City. But they'll definitely have one there. Toronto, you could argue, could support an NFL team. But definitely in Germany, it could be Munich or Berlin. And then they're talking about London. They're talking about the Saints playing in Paris in a few years. See what the French think of NFL on their turf. Brett Martell will join us in a few minutes. Derek Carr retiring from the NFL over the weekend. That was huge news. Not too many disappointed Saints fans. And now a bunch of the, stories are coming out. Didn't want to be here. All of a sudden, we're hearing all of this stuff. Anyway, Derek Carr retiring from the NFL. NBA draft lottery is tonight. The Pels have pretty much as good a shot as any NBA team. There are 3 teams that have a 14% chance to win the lottery. The Pels are right behind them at 12.5%. It's essentially the same. Boy, the Pels win the draft lottery again. That would be crazy. And Mario Brothers, Latinx, sadly brought up a valid point. They would have won the draft lottery more than NBA playoff series.
Yep, that's true. They've won 2 in their history as the New Orleans Pelicans, and they've won 2 draft lotteries as the New Orleans Pelicans.
And if you go back to the Charlotte days, which I think the Charlotte Hornets, they were like early 90s. Mm-hmm. So this franchise is 35 years old. I think they have a single 7-game playoff series victory. One.
So bad.
1 7-game playoff series victory in the history of the franchise. No, it's pretty bad. It's lucky New Orleans, where they've been here now 20 years and they're kind of locked and loaded. We love them. Pretty much support them. Mm-hmm. They haven't been very good. It's like the Saints. Haven't been very good lately, still support them.
Yep. Love New Orleans, they'll love you back.
Yeah. That's kind of the gimmick, no doubt. 766-9480 is the phone number. Al Scramuzza of Seafood City, passing away at 97 years old. I guess you got to be like 45 plus to remember Seafood City. If you remember Seafood City, maybe you remember the commercials. Maybe you remember the jingle, the song. Give us a call. Sing a few lines of the jingle. Ideally, all of it. It's quick. It's only about 3 or 4 lines. And I'll give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. 766-9480. Maybe some of you guys dropped the ball yesterday and didn't take care of mom on Mother's Day. Make up for it. Get her what she wants, a day of relaxation at the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse. WoodhouseSpas.com. I've got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. If you can sing the Seafood City jingle from the olden days, 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse is yours. 766-9480. 766-9480. Helm Paint and Decorating. Paint ain't paint. Say no to the big box store. Are you kidding? Say no to the national chain. Folks in New Orleans for over 55 years, Helm Paint and Decorating. 7 locations in the metro, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore. Free 2-hour delivery. And yeah, high quality Benjamin Moore paint, because paint ain't paint. Benjamin Moore, it's not like any other paint. The inventors of color paint. The best paint on planet Earth. Helm's got you covered, literally and figuratively, in New Orleans, and Helm's got you covered in Baton Rouge. That's right, capital city. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, do it once, do it right. They'll truly steer you in the right direction. Helm, Paint, and Decorating, because paint ain't paint. No, I don't even know why anyone would go to a big box store or some national chain when Helm's right there. Makes no sense. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Yesterday, Mother's Day, out on the lakefront, a much more pleasant situation than, say, a year ago. Enhanced police presence starting on Mother's Day, on Easter. And now yesterday, Mother's Day, enhanced police presence from the Seabrook Bridge to West End, about 4 miles. 8 checkpoints. No, they're pulling people over for loud music, for littering, for too dark a tint, for a license plate non-existent or expired. And then that leads to a bunch of other stuff, because that's pretty much how criminals fly. You want to have a dark tint and get a ticket for it? I guess you can do that, but I wouldn't be doing any illegal activity, because the dark tint gives police reason to pull you over. Don't have a license plate? You're giving police reason to pull you over. Don't have a brake tag? Giving police reason to pull you over. Throwing trash out your window? Playing music entirely too loud? No, this is a good thing. All those things suck. All those things suck. I'm trying to let somebody through on traffic. I'm waving them through. The tint's so dark, I can't even physically see him. I almost wanted to go, forget it. I can't even see you. Got to make eye contact so we don't hit each other. And then just the loud music, it's obnoxious. And then the litter and trash is beyond obnoxious. It's barbaric. It's crazy. So no, I don't know anyone that would be bummed about that. And apparently families out there are very happy with the enhanced security, because they're not out hassling anyone. They're going after the folks that are overt, that are over the top, that are blatantly breaking the law. No, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. Speaking of a real good thing, especially with this weather, head to the Courtyard tonight at Katie's in Mid-City for dinner. Iberville, corner Tallahassee, a Mid-City mainstay. I had Scott Craig on the program on Sunday. You never know what goodies he's going to have over there. Maybe pompano, speckled trout, soft-shell crabs. Dine outside in the patio, Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
Native son, great New Orleans. No, that's me.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
New Orleans native son. No, that's me. That's me, lady. Get outside, enjoy this weather. I think it's the last hurrah. Summer's starting this week. Go to weather.com. Look like the 10-day forecast. Waking up mid-70s and then a high in the 90s every single day for like the next 10 days, starting like Wednesday, actually. Right now, 70s. The only time we're going to see 70s again before October, like when it's going to rain during the day. Otherwise, we won't see 70s till like overnight. It'll always be 80s and 90s during the day for like the next 6 months. Tomorrow morning, we wake up to 65 degrees. Yesterday morning, very, very pleasant. 65 tomorrow morning, but then we creep right up into the mid 80s, and by Wednesday, it'll be 90s. So literally, I think this is the last hurrah. I think summer is officially starting. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser started on May 1st. 31 days in May. We're trying to raise $10,000. If you're an animal lover or just care, want to donate to a charity that's doing great work, the Humane Society of Louisiana is that charity that's doing great work. Picking up the slack for us. If you own a cat or a dog, horse, let's save some other cats and dogs and horses out there. Please go to their website, humanela.org, and donate. And please donate generously. humanela.org. It is a Monday afternoon edition of the program, 5 o'clock powwow. Little after 5:30. That means it's time for a Martell Monday. Brett Martell from the Associated Press joins us again on the program. How you doing, Brett?
Great, Corey. How are you?
Doing well, man. Good Mother's Day?
Very good. Yeah, I did a lot of work. I put in the work.
You got to put in the work. Otherwise, you end up like me, divorced.
She deserved it.
Oh, she does. You're right, Brett. You got a good one. You got to hang on to those. I was just telling a friend of mine that not 2 minutes ago. Hang on to that woman. Anyway, Brett, a lot going on. I guess let's start in some pseudo-chronological order. Big news over the weekend, a bomb dropped. I don't see too many people upset about it as far as fans or media. Derek Carr retires from the NFL, leaving the Saints.
Yeah, I think a little surprising only in that, people weren't sure what to believe about that whole situation, right?
Yep.
Whether he was using it as trade leverage, whether he was being disingenuous, what the situation was.
A few weeks ago, he's in some he's at a Las Vegas church, Brett, and then a couple of days ago, it's like trying to avoid surgery possibly. It's like, where is this thing going?
Yeah. And also, like when the way he talked about it at the church, I think it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I think that people in Louisiana who saw the YouTube video of his guest sermon were really turned off by it. They thought they were turned off by him comparing himself to Job after, he had career earnings of in the range of $200 million. And it's understandable. And he just hadn't really done great here. He was one game over 500, 14-13, I think. So, the whole situation was bizarre all the way through. But now when they're saying, in their release, the Saints are on the record saying that, doctors found significant degenerative changes to his rotator cuff. Well, any doctor will tell you that means doctors aren't sure that surgery can fix it.
Yep.
And he's already 34, and if he has the surgery and sits out and comes back at age 36 in 2026, and they're not sure if it can even be fixed. What's the point? Going through all that work and taking the pounding and everything else. So I guess he decided, at least for now, to hang it up. We'll see if he misses the game enough to try to beat the odds, but he would have to beat the odds, I think, to come back at this point, given the on-the-record diagnosis that everybody finally got after wondering what the heck was going on for a month.
Yep, no, exactly. Brett Martell's with us from the Associated Press. What does it do for the Saints, Brett, by him retiring as far as salary cap hit? Does it make it a little more palatable?
It's minor relief this season, bigger relief next season. But, Mickey Loomis always could find ways to work around that kind of stuff anyway. You could argue that if he was hoping to come back at some point from this injury, that he's over by doing the retirement instead of going on IR. And then, trying to come back next year or forcing a trade or whatever.
Yep.
So, it looks like, they'll get, maybe, I want to say like $5 to $10 million of relief this year and $30 million next year. But, I don't know how big of a difference it's going to make in a season like this where they're clearly in transition. And I don't, I think it kind of gives them, really what it does is it gives them a built-in excuse to start a rookie and to not win in Kellen Moore's first year. It just takes a lot of pressure off and allows them to really focus on just trying to build the foundation that he wants to run his system going forward.
It seems like it's Kellen Moore's team. I mean, there are reports in the media like Derek Carr felt that, like he was out as quarterback even before the diagnosis. And then the draft looked like it kind of just reminded me more of like when Peyton was the head coach more than maybe the last few years where Mickey Loomis had a presence, I think. I don't know how much input he had, but he seemed to have a presence where now it's more back to Kellen Moore is the head coach, general manager, president of the football team kind of thing, like Peyton was.
Well, I think that, Kellen Moore's personality to me is a lot different than Sean Payton, but I think that Mickey Loomis is making a concerted effort to ensure that the front office and the coach have a unified vision of what's supposed to happen. And, and I think he's trying to let the guy he hired forge the roster as he wants and just make the numbers work. I mean, in that regard, it would be a lot like what they did with Sean Payton. And I think Mickey knows from experience now that that's what's worked best for this organization while he's been in it.
It's a young quarterback room. They'll say it's a wide open competition. I'm sure in theory it is, Brett, but that the rookie from Louisville, that's going to be your starter come September, most likely, right?
Most likely, unless he's significantly outplayed in the preseason.
Right. Unless Rattler steps up his game to a level we haven't seen and this guy gets outplayed. But I'm not saying Rattler's not going to be better. And competition makes everybody better. I'm sure he sees the opportunity where he could be the starter. He's going to have bust his tail, but this kid seems like he's the guy. And it's Kellen Moore's guy. So it's Kellen Moore's team. So that's what it looks like. Hey, Brett, Wednesday we'll know the Saints' full schedule, right?
I believe it does come out on Wednesday.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah, and it should be maybe a somewhat favorable schedule compared to recent years, but we'll see.
The NBA draft lottery is tonight, Brett. The Pels have as good a shot basically as any team in the NBA winning this thing. There are three teams that have a 14% chance, and the Pels have a 12.5%. It's basically identical. So, chances are they're not going to win it because there's a lot of other teams, but they've got as good a chance as anyone else. We'll see.
If they win it, the rest of the league is going to start to espouse conspiracy theories of their own, kind of like a lot of New Orleans fans tend to do down here, because it'll be the third time they've won it when they weren't necessarily supposed to. Then again, if you go back to 2005, the Pelicans had the best chance of winning the lottery and didn't, and then came in fourth, but they got Chris Paul, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They just really need, wherever they come in, they just really need to make a good pick at that spot is really what it comes down to.
Now, I just mentioned Kellen Moore, this rookie from Louisville, that's his guy. Probably he's hooking his wagon to that QB, at least for the first season. Joe Dumars hooking his wagon to Zion Williamson. I think Zion Williamson's going to be at the lottery tonight representing the Pels, right?
Apparently that's what the plan is. And so, interesting sign. They also, at this point, it looks like they're sticking with Willie Green, they haven't announced that yet, but he was in the Saints draft room.
Yeah, at the very worst, he gets moved to the front office at the very worst, right?
Right. If they like him. And if they move him to the front office, I think it would be a temporary situation until he can decide what he wants to do going forward, if he wants to go somewhere else.
Yep.
The key is not whether the organization likes and supports Willie Green. It's really whether all the players do at this point, and whether Dumars senses that because of how the players feel, he needs to make a change or not. And it doesn't seem like he's made that decision yet, or at least if he has, it hasn't gotten out.
Sports are a trip, Brett. You can have a college coach in September go 4-0 and they're talking about an extension, and then they're firing him in November. Literally. It's overnight, from feast to famine, vice versa. The same kind of thing applies with like the NBA and this draft. You only have 5 starters. You need just a little bit of a bench. I'm not saying it's easy, but I think compared to like Major League Baseball or the NFL, or it may be quicker turnaround potentially.
Yeah, I mean, and ideally, even when you talk about the playoffs, and you see a lot of teams just go to like an 8-man rotation, basically, and the other starters just play in very, very sparing minutes, just in the pinch.
Yep.
I mean, the other reserves play in a pinch.
Hold that thought, Brett. Hold that thought. I'm going to knock out a quick break. Come right back. More with Brett Martell.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
As New Orleans as coffee in the morning and Fred on FM. As New Orleans is coffee in the morning and raw oysters for lunch, it's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
5 o'clock powwow on a Monday. Brett Martell's with us. Brett, sorry about that break. You were talking about how quickly an NBA team can go from, not so good to pretty good, because you said, especially playoff team, you're only going about 8 deep.
Right. Exactly. I mean, it's not like football, I mean, if you have like a solid team that is capable of going like 500 and you get a transformative superstar on your team to add to that, then you're already like in the middle of the playoff hunt. And then, a few more glue guys or just a good specialist to complement that. And then all of a sudden you're talking about, conference final territory. So,
yep.
The NBA can work like that, and teams can turn around pretty quick. I mean, you saw what the Celtics did, obviously, just by getting the big three. I mean, if you have a big three, you can go pretty far. So, because they were going nowhere before they did that.
Yep.
So, yeah.
No, and speaking of the Celtics, Brett, speaking of the Celtics and like feast or famine or quick turnarounds, coach can be the hottest thing, talking about an extension in September, and then he gets fired 2 months later. The Celtics a couple of days ago were like thought of as just not going to advance. They're down 2-0 to the Knicks. I'm sitting there going, they're down 2-0, and it's by a total of 3 points. They lost one game by 2, one game by 1. And then you saw what they did in game 3, winning by 22 on the road, no less. So the Celtics go from like they're not winning the championship 48 hours ago to they might be the favorite in the playoffs to win the championship all of a sudden, and they're down 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see what they do tonight and whether they, do whether what happened to Cleveland happens to them, if they can sustain that. I mean, they really had to win that game 3. There's not as much pressure tonight, and it's still tough to win on the road in the NBA. But yeah, I think you make a good point, which is that the Celtics seems to outplay the Knicks for most of games 1 and 2 and led both games by 20-something points and then kind of choked at the end, in game 1 with taking too many quick threes when they had a big lead. And that gave that left enough time for New York to come back.
Yep.
And game 2, they blew a late lead too, and then didn't have a good play for the last shot and it got blocked. So, you could argue that the Celtics still overall look like the better team. It just happens to be down by a game, but we'll see what happens tonight.
And Oklahoma City's sort of the opposite. They were the prohibitive favorite. Now folks are, there's some question marks. Maybe they're not the prohibitive favorite.
Oklahoma City just in 2 years in a row, they've really seemed to be built for the regular season in the first round of the playoffs. And then in the second round, it gets a little tougher for them. I mean, the NBA playoffs are weird. It's different from the regular season because there's so much more scouting and game planning that goes on when you're going to play a team up to 7 times in a row, as opposed to different cities and 2 different nights during the regular season. And you're just trying to kind of make it through the grind, right? And you just play the percentages and just kind of play your best game, and you do kind of a minimal. You kind of figure out 1 or 2 guys who might be able to beat you, and you do sort of a minimal game plan from night to night in the regular season. Playoffs is different because an opposing coach, if he's good and has the right personnel, can really scheme to try to shut people down over time, and you can refine that scheme, over several games, and really turn the tide in a series.
NBA playoffs, NBA draft lottery tonight. NFL schedule released on Wednesday night. Derek Carr retiring over the weekend. I guess the only other thing I could mention, Brett, unless you can come up with something, I think LSU baseball is number 1 again after taking 2 or 3 from Arkansas, at least in one of the polls, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're never really, even when they're down, they can always go on a run in the SEC tournament. I mean, they have talent. They have a good coach. They have a good program. So, they have their swoons, like a lot of teams. But, I think they have a lot of potential still.
Boy, speaking of the SEC, Brett, the softball, I mean, my God, it's like the NCAA basketball tournament. Just a lot of softball teams in postseason from the SEC. A lot of them like near the top of the polls too.
Yeah, now I don't cover much softball, but I will tell you that, I mean, I see softball facilities at SEC schools. I mean, I just think that, a lot of these SEC sports, even the lower profile ones, are really, really well funded. Like you look at gymnastics at LSU and so forth. And it's not surprising to see the SEC in a warm weather climate type of place with most of their member schools dominating in a sport like that, where you can really pretty much play on a regular softball field almost all year round.
Yep. Hey, Brett, always a pleasure. Any final thoughts until next week?
No, just I hope people are able to enjoy this last week of tolerable weather before it gets too hot.
No, I'm telling you. I don't know if it's going to get hot this week. It'll be in the 90s by Wednesday. Hey, how can folks check out your stuff via the AP?
Yeah, apnews.com on a laptop or the AP News app. It's free on a smartphone, news from all over the world.
Brett, thanks so much, man.
You got it, Corey.
That's Brett Martell joining us on the program like he does every Monday. Another Martell Monday. Check out Brett's stuff via the AP. He's been doing it for nearly 30 years, and he's been around here for decades, covering Saints, LSU, Pels, whatever. Yeah, you heard Brett mention about the weather. Get outside and enjoy this. Take a walk. Just go sit out on the porch, sit on the steps outside. Enjoy this weather because it's about to go away. It's 70s right now. When we wake up tomorrow morning, overnight's going to be nice. Wake up tomorrow morning like 65 degrees. But then we're going to get up to mid-80s tomorrow. And then by Wednesday, it's 90s every day. I went to weather.com. It's like 10-day, full of 90s every single day. What's that, Blue Boy? Keep the water bowl full of water, more shade. I hear you, buddy. Actually, just keep me inside in the air conditioning. I'm with you, buddy. Got you covered. Thanks to Mario Brothers Latin X for joining us, running the controls. Thank you for listening and watching. See you tomorrow, Tuesday, 4 o'clock. Be there. Blue Boy.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at